Hey everyone, the one true Sir Salty here, and today I got you a guide for how to do all the Sphinx riddles in Dragon's Dogma 2. If you don't know what the Sphinx is, it's this creepy thing with some massive proportions, but we're going to get to that later. This will be a quick guide that covers all the riddles in the quest line. Slightly northeast of the checkpoint rest town, you'll find the ancient battleground. That's where you're going to find a cave after you climb up a ladder after fighting a cyclops. It's at the back of the fort at the top of the hill. It's very simple to find. I was able to find it in the dark multiple times, no issue. When you follow the first cave through, you'll find a little clearing where you'll find a magic golem. Take care of him and you'll find yourself into another small cave, which will then lead you to the Sphinx. Here are the rewards for each quest, and I suggest you put down a port crystal nearby. Do not fail any of these riddles, as the Sphinx will leave your game entirely. First up, we have the Riddle of Eyes, where you go into a small dungeon that's nearby, and you're tasked with finding the most precious item there. Kind of a dick move. When you get to the very end, you're gonna find a chest with a rotten apple in it. Turns out, if you just did a 180 at the very beginning of the dungeon, you'll find the real prize. Again, just a real dick move. Anyways, bring it back to her and make sure to give her the rotten, just kidding, you're going to give her the ceiling vial, which you're not actually giving her. Get used to creepy long stairs because she does this every single time you solve her riddle. I guess its purpose was to build suspense to see if you got it wrong or not. Anyways, moving on. So you have a few solutions for the Riddle of Madness. What the game tries to do is get you to use the ceiling vial on someone that you've raised to max affinity and then seal them in the vial and bring them to the Sphinx. Alternatively, you can just bring one of your pawns because they're forced to love you. Wouldn't that be real nice this day and age? Swallowing sadness aside, you'll get a port crystal for your efforts. So this is the reason why I recommend throwing down a port crystal, as you will be traveling to various locales. To look for a Riftstone of Fellowship. The easiest one is in Harv Village, and there is another one that is northeast of the checkpoint rest town. Next, you're going to turn off your network features, as this will stop other pawns from spawning, letting you see this one here that's very obvious, the Sphinx's mother. Tasked with bringing the Sphinx a parent, and this is the way to do it. Plop her down, show her off, and you're good to go. Pretty obvious, but dumb. Let's move on. Next up, we have the Riddle of Conviction. To do is hand over an item. This item will then be duplicated and be given back to you. I did the smart thing and used the port crystal. It seems like she's trying to pull a fast one on you, but she's just basically duping an item for you. So use whatever item you prefer. Next up is the Riddle of Rumination. This is probably one of the worst riddles in the game. It relies on you remembering where you got your first Seeker Stone. In my first playthrough, I remember this because this caused me to attack the Sphinx immediately because this is ridiculous to remember. Hope you have a very good memory, or at least put down a marker where you first found one. I know it's hard to remember, but hey, this is how this one's done. Also, you have 7 days to do it. No pressure. Each new playthrough will track a new Seeker Stone as your first one found. Either way, hopefully you'll remember your first one. Solving all 5, she will then fly away, which you can then hitch a ride with her. Sure, if you've seen any content on Dragon's Dogma, you'll see what other people have done in their flight. Since I'm the childish guy that I am, I did this as well. Not half bad, title of my sex tape. After a few more minutes of motorboating and fondling, and still being not half bad, you'll find yourself at a new shrine. Path west of the checkpoint rest town, a small path leading south that will lead you right to the shrine if you're walking there manually. Here are the rewards for part 2 of this. First one, the Riddle of Reunion, you can claim right away because this is just finding her again. The riddles are random in order. I'll be showing you the order that I did them in. The Riddle of Contest proposes you to fight a man with a ring on that makes you do no damage. You can do damage, or you can just stagger him and then pick him up and throw him. I really suggest the throwing him method. It is very satisfying. Next up, we have the Riddle of Differentiation. It has to bring her one of 2 NPCs. Almost the exact same, except their hair will be different, and both NPCs can be found at the checkpoint rest town. Capcom wanted some fun with this one. Dante's in the main part of the town and will have straight hair. Riddle, I was looking for Virgil, who has curly hair. Have to cross through the checkpoint with whatever manners you want. I had multiple options here. Find Virgil next to the inn. Should have mentioned that you should lay down another port crystal in that same area, as it will make it easier to get back and forth to, as you will be traveling to other locations. Grab Virgil and teleport back to the Sphinx. You can see I did pick the right ugly Virgil. They're gonna look the exact same, have the same scars on the same side, but one hair will be straight, one hair will be kind of curly. Saw a random YouTuber kill one of these guys, and I don't recommend doing so. This is the Riddle of Recollection. Seemingly has a stroke or something, I don't know, but she can't remember how many riddles she's given you. Remember that you did the first 5, and when you got there, you immediately did 6 for the reunion. I only did 2 more after that. That makes 8. So use basic math. If you mess this up, you're screwed for this playthrough. Another reason why you want to have a port crystal here, the Riddle of Futility. She wants you to bring a very fragile urn all the way to Back Batal, and as you can probably figure out, you're quite a ways from Back Batal. And if you break the urn, that is it and you are screwed. My solution is to bring the guy to the urn. Kitty Cat Man, pick him up, and teleport yourself back to the Sphinx. Thankful, but now it's his problem to bring the urn back in one piece. Doing it this way saves you one ginormous headache. Now, before solving all the riddles, depending on how you did things, before you finish the riddles, I highly suggest that you either be the warfare or the archer. After solving all these riddles, she will try to fly away, but we have not gotten the last reward from her, so try to start a fight with her as she tries to fly off, and you will actually engage her in a boss fight. You will want to be able to use the unmaking arrow. You do get one for these last set of riddles. After shredding her last health bar, she will still just randomly fly away. I thought maybe I could just mount her and take her down from the sky. Instead, my pawn got in the way and I tackled them twice. It was really dumb. Unmaking arrow is the easiest solution. If you kill her, you will get a key to her chest, not her actual chest, which you will get an eternal Wakestone for doing so, which is a one-time use multiple Wakestone, which you can use to revive multiple NPCs at once, which is very useful when you fail to notice that one of your pawns had Dragon's Plague and wiped out a whole town. You can pay for a very costly forgery on it, and the item will also work the exact same way as the original. But that just about does it for my guide. I hope you learned something. I appreciate you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.